Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What's up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tap In Podcast. What's up, Tanisha? What's up, Osa? How y'all doing?
Oh my goodness, unprepared. That's how we doing.
No, that's how you doing.
I ain't did no.
You ain't got
mic
your
check.
headphones
I ain't
on.
did
We
nothing.
did mic check. Put your
I was
headphones
chatting.
on.
Yeah, you was too
I
busy
ain't turned
chatting
my
for the
phone
mic
down.
check.
We was talking, y'all. We was
Exactly.
talking
Too
about
busy.
Ramadan. But we not
Too
gonna
much
talk about
talking
that
and not
here.
listening.
We're not gonna talk about that right now. We was talking about Ramadan, so we got. I was
And that
cool.
ain't even the topic, see?
No, that's not the topic.
Nothing
But
about
that's
the
why I'm not prepared for you guys.
Stay ready, can't get ready.
Right? I got it.
Well, apparently y'all was prepared for something. Y'all
Yeah.
both got red Adidas on.
Oh
She-
no!
Yes.
She got,
The
she
fly
got,
No, don't try to throw it off. No,
No.
I had a whole date before
She
the
got-
podcast. What's
Pause.
going on?
Don't
She
make
got-
nobody mad.
she got Converse on with Adidas.
Oh, yeah.
Who
we
got
got-
You know,
Who got no? That's
All
not
stars.
Converse. No, you can't be. You can't
that's
be.
just all
That's
day.
so silly.
Our generation don't do that.
Because you can't read.
Man, I see he says Detroit.
He see the star. He just sees
It's, and it says All
That's all he
Star.
sees
Yeah, right,
is
right.
So it's a whole
He-
Converse.
play off
image.
Converse.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's what we
You
doing.
still
here.
can't do that with
He
Adidas.
doing all that.
He
We
nailed
doing all
your
that.
ass with that one.
So,
He nailed you.
Our
That's
generation
gassed
don't
up.
do
That's
that.
gassed
Man,
up.
Champ is a
Right.
sharp
That's
motherfucker.
blasphemy on Adidas.
Ooh-wee.
That's blasphemy.
He
You
was a
can't
sharp
have the
nigga,
star.
They all Japan, China sell all this anyway. I bought it from China.
Pause.
Pause. Adidas.
Adidas is a German
I bought
company.
this from a
There
Chinese
you go.
place. I'm sure it
Boy,
probably got
you
it.
can't win with
yeah,
China.
right.
Just don't do it. You can't win.
Adidas is a German
can't
company.
Oh,
You
German,
can't
whatever.
win.
I guess somebody.
Then
China's
you got
making
All
it.
Stars Chuck.
All not,
That's American
you
company.
know. Thank you for the compliment and noticing my attire.
And the history
No,
lesson.
It was
Mark.
actually
It was actually Mark.
Whoever, and you,
It was
you
actually
just
Mark.
Notice the details.
She just wants you to
Thank
do
you,
it.
thank you
That's-
guys so much.
I
take
know
that as
it's
a compliment.
blasphemy. We don't do
Boy,
that.
came in the gate with the bullshit today, boy.
Right.
Damn.
Him or me?
You got
'cause we
Adidas
don't-
on?
He trying to look at
No,
your feet
now
now.
you gotta look my feet. How you
Yeah, that's because that's what
this?
we do.
Why
She
you
got on
right?
heels, knowing
I-
motherfucking Tanisha.
I got
She
some
got-
mules, some pumps, some mules. No, I got some tennis shoes though.
What's
Thank
the brand?
You. Don't worry. They
No,
nice.
I'm going
They
to
She got
nice.
on some what the fuck are those?
Yeah, you got one of those. They nice.
But y'all women, y'all can get away with what are those?
We just mix it all up and then it
Men
looks
can't
good
get
together.
it. Yeah, we can't get away with what are those. Y'all can.
Thank you, Jesus. You should see me
That's
get
right.
dressed. I ain't like, oh, I gotta piece this like this red,
She be
this
asking
red.
herself, like, what the fuck are those?
Right.
Okay, those still the thing.
All right, and for the intro. That was a hell
Thank
of an
you
intro.
so much. We're just
right.
having fun today. Hi, everybody.
Peace and love, everyone.
How y'all doing?
I'm doing good today. I'm blessed.
Any good news?
It was
New
a blessed
news? Good
week.
news?
Oh goodness, yes. I finally got from under my cloud. I mentioned it last week. I had that day where it opened up, and since then I've just been blessed. I've been having my village show up for me. I need a new car. You know, I had a little car that was a little, used up. But my brother went and
Made
put
it
money
happen.
together to make it happen for me. So shout out to my brother Dev. Yes. So I'm blessed. Business is booming.
Brother bought you a new car.
Busy and
She
blessed.
said, you get a new car.
Yes. His hard-earned money. So I feel so blessed to be seen and loved. Yes.
Absolutely.
How about y'all?
How you doing, champ?
I'm good. I'm great.
How your week?
shit. My week, it started off kind of rough,
Mm-hmm.
but it came out smooth. It's just with work and stuff like that. So just was waiting for some changes before I addressed things. So as things came about, and then I addressed it. I'm all about timing, to prevent people from being combative and confrontational. Because in the workplace, they tick for tag. Oh, he said this, and that. So they wait for their opportunity. Oh, because they was in their emotions. I can't wait till I be able to sit there and say this and that, right? So I pretty much fall back from even speaking or bringing up names, whereas I just speak on solutions. So if we gonna get to the solutions, everyone has to play their part without pointing fingers. Who
No
dropped the
blame.
ball? Who's not doing this? This is it. Here's the solution. And whereas if everyone's doing what they're supposed to do, it's going to expose the person
That's not.
that's not. You know what I'm saying? That always be my game plan at work. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be good. You know, everybody like, oh, we appreciate you, this and that. And like my boss is just like, you're gonna live to be very old, cause I don't know anybody that's more patient than you. I was just like, you know what Grandma said, baby, don't let nobody steal your joy.
Yes. Patience
And
is peace.
exactly.
Yes.
So you have to mean it. You know, you just can't talk about it. You just
Patience.
can't leave it.
Pack your
You
patience.
gotta mean it, because the most valuable thing that we have on this earth is peace. We can't operate. We can't function. We can't be productive. We can't reach no goals without peace. You know, we have a whole bunch of chaos in your head. How you gonna be able to handle anything? You know, you just gonna be lost in the sauce. You ain't gonna know where to start. Like, man, this person said this over here, and then disturbed your flow over here. It's like you know when you be at work
impacts your energy,
and
your spirit,
people
your flow,
bring their outside home to work,
their personal life.
and everyone know that ever work with me. They know my saying: leave those feelings in your glove box. The job place is not for it. You know, for the fact that we got to work at least 8 hours around each other, and we around each other more than we are around our families.
Can't take nothing.
So don't bring that. Look, I don't know about your baby mamas, your girlfriends, your wives, your kids, whatever. Leave that shit there, because that's going to disturb you, and I'm going to have to send you home, or you're going to get fired. And then you got bigger problems, because you ain't got no check to bring home.
Right.
That's true.
But, yeah, today's topic, even though I spoke on my job a little bit, today's topic is money.
Money.
Earning.
There's a lot of songs about money, ain't
Yeah.
it?
Well,
Money holds respect.
You went there, huh? You went
Because she
there.
always got to add the freak element.
I
into
swear.
it. It always got to be a dick or
I
a
just
pussy
no,
or a
it's
titty
not.
or
I'm just part
You
of
can't
it.
help it. That's
I'm
your
part of
essence.
I'm
It's
part
your
of hip hop
nature.
culture. A hip hop song came in my
You're just a
head. I'm
freak.
part of
That's
hip hop
all.
culture.
We love you.
That's such a bad narrative, and it's. So, I wish.
But he was like,
See, I
you
know
know,
that.
nobody would agree with you. Like, I wish other people thought that.
it's
You know I'm talking shit to
yeah.
She can't
just
stop
got
laughing though.
paid, yes.
Look, I'm tickling her
so
inner
flattered.
freak. I'm tickling her inner freak right now and shit.
Yeah.
Like, dee. Look at her. She can't
I
fucking contain
cannot.
herself.
Nobody's ever said that
Oh
about me.
my god. She loves it.
So what? Damn.
Maybe you should have said that, champ.
Negative.
I'm just talking.
No, but
Look.
forget about the lyrical references. Champ, what you know about money?
Man, money.
Money.
Where did money start at? You know, before we had money, we had barter and trade. You know, this whole world was based on barter and trade. And looking back, that's when we was more at peace and we respected each other on business level more respectfully. So when money was introduced, it depends on where or who you read and who you want to believe. Some people will sit there and tell you like the first money system where you actually either had a coin or dollar was in China. Then other readings said the medievals with the Romans, Greek, this and that. So here and there, that's whatever you believe where money started, but we have to pay attention to how money evolved and how they say it corrupted us, right? It really didn't corrupted us. They used that system for their own benefit.
The selfish game.
You know what I'm saying? They actually corrupted money. People actually corrupted that whole concept of making this one currency. So at the beginning, you know, it was either like when they first bartered and trade, they was actually trading like barley, you know, with the Europeans. You know, then as time went on, okay, we're gonna have one currency and it's gonna be backed by this. So you know, it was gold. You know, so like my best example about money destroying people was Mansu Mansu, one of the richest mans of all time.
It was actually the
Mansa
richest man,
Musa?
yeah, the richest, right? And if you ever study like successful rich people, they always go into philanthropy because you know it's like, okay, I made enough money, I can't go nowhere else. So in his philanthropy days, he used to go through travel and go through cities and countries and bankrupt their whole economy system by donating so much gold, bankrupting. You know what I'm saying? Because of that corruption where you got upper class, middle class, lower class, he destroyed that whole classism by everybody is entitled to have wealth. You know, they not going to allow that to last too long.
No, not at all.
You know, so now, you know, when people say money is the root of all evil, is it? or they said that once you get money, they said it changed you. You know, you come up on some bread, you become successful. What they say, man, you done changed once you got that money. Did I change or did you change?
Right, and I see that.
You know what I'm saying?
But wait, when you brought up that Mansa Musa conversation and went into the dialogue that you went into, I'm not going to let you breeze over that without bringing up Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah, he was
Gaddafi,
generous.
yes.
He was generous and deliberate.
Tell them about a little bit about why he's dead.
Yeah, Gaddafi wanted to create one currency. You know, if you go in back when he was
For
in
Africa.
power, he
African
gave
currency.
his people the necessities because we have the rights to this land. You know what I'm saying? You have your human rights is having rights to this land. So as our society evolved, of course, like, you know, everything became a business: water, food, housing, structure, this and that. He's going to provide for all his people. And the problem is that we watch Western culture or Western media, and they gave a bad example of Gaddafi. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you actually talk to people from over there, and granted, some of them, a small part of them are biased that actually would disagree to Gaddafi, but his whole means was to bring all these countries together, all the African countries together. You know what I'm saying? Because the Europeans came and colonized everything.
They had created the euro at that point, correct? And he didn't want to convert to the euro.
Yeah, he didn't want to
create-
convert
The funny thing about the
Convert.
euro, I went to Germany in 1991. That's when I went to Germany. I lived in Germany, and that's when they was converting the German mark over into the euro, and that's when I first found out about it. I'm like, damn, their money is called marks. And I've kind of felt like coming to America when it's like the boy got his own money and shit.
Yeah.
Like
So
their
valuable.
money
Yeah.
is called marks and shit. I'm like, oh, I'm in the place where I'm supposed to be. It's called mark over here. And shit. So I know all about the euro because they was converting it over. They was just converting the German mark over to euros when I moved over to Germany
Right.
as a kid.
And I think,
The first money that was printed over here had I forgot his name, but it was the Department of Treasury, the head of Department of Treasury. It wasn't George Washington. It was actually the man
the owner of the company who was making
with
the
Department of
money, the
Treasury.
print
Yeah,
company,
so
or the head
it
of
was
that
similar to what
office.
you just said. Yeah.
And in terms of like the history of money and how it has evolved to, money has always been considered energy. Initially, you knew
Yeah.
that you were exchanging something intangible because it was a barter. You were exchanging your labor for this promise to pay this labor.
Real
right?
money is
or this
energy.
resource.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the
It's
energy
paper
I'm
shit
putting
that
in.
we put in the
You know, and you knew that money is energy, and they distracted from that idea by creating that paper, and then they went on further. You know,
We talking about silver and gold.
yeah,
That's
like
real.
now it's a
That's
thing.
where the energy
you
is
know what I
really,
mean?
it's
Now
really
it's not
energy
energy no more.
stored
It's
in that,
it's
in
stored
that metal. You know what I'm saying?
stored
Right.
energy, right?
And that's a
And
whole
so,
nother conversation about the energy in the
Well,
metal.
no,
the storage,
it's
to
still-
create
it's
the value.
still
the money is
Yeah.
energy.
It's still the same conversation because you mentioned the euro. It's still backed by silver. You know what I'm saying? U.S. dollar is not backed by gold anymore,
No,
right?
it's just-
And you
okay.
see where our money went versus where their money went. So
Its
they,
whole value.
when the United States,
And that's what creates the value of silver now. I mean, and diamonds and all of that shit is what they base it off of, and the supply and
it's the
demand
marketing,
of
yeah,
it,
the
right?
supply and
marketing
demand,
of it,
keeping high demand and low supply.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Creates wealth.
And I think the money, you spoke about money being sometimes being considered as corrupt or evil. I think that
Oh no, I didn't say that.
the sayings you mentioned the sayings
I said the
that we
people,
say.
the people
Is-
are
Yeah, no,
corrupt.
money the
They
root of all
corrupt
evil.
money.
You
Yeah,
mentioned
people
those
corrupt money.
sayings
Yeah.
and those ideas, and I kind of think that there is truth to that if you because the Bible really doesn't say it, which is where that statement derives from. Is it doesn't say money is the root. It says the love of money. So that's
part.
the energy. That's
That
like the energy you
The
put
energy that you
into
put
Because
into
there's
come on.
people
the
that
energy
literally
you put
worship
into
money.
it,
Come
the
on,
reason
Tanisha.
you want it. That's
Come on,
what's
Tanisha. They make
that's
money
what's
their
corrupt
God.
about it. You know, why do
But
you want
that's
to
the
use?
truth, though,
How do
ain't
you
it?
want to use
But
this
this
money?
is my take. Let me take on this. At the time of
Oh, so you
biblical
gotta get in.
time,
Oh, so
there
let
was
Osa
no
get in.
money.
Wait,
It was
let
barter
Osa
and
get in
trade.
here. Osa,
You know what I'm
say
saying?
something.
So this is where it's,
I ain't want to
You got the
overtalk
floor.
nobody. But no, I just agree.
we had this
I
talk.
know we had this talk.
Talk.
But no, I agree with what you were saying about money being the root of all evil, and then people
People make money evil.
they worship money. They make money their god. You know, so I think that's
Right.
where that whole money is the root of all evil thing come from, because yes, they make that their leading force. No matter what's going on, like the money is going to rule. It's going to trump over everything, even their own humility. You know,
Right.
so like that's when it becomes evil because people will sell their soul for money. You know.
Well, it's just evil people using money as a tool. You know, because
You don't think you do, to say that
You don't move your
think
mic
that,
out of the way so you can talk to Champ. Now the audience can't hear you,
Well,
man.
they can still hear me.
But
It's just,
listen,
I don't want
can
to.
you-
I don't want to be rocking the mic like this. I just want to get it out my face a little bit. Smart.
Who just let his idea?
man, go on with you. Gonna say, man.
So, yeah, like I was saying, the idea that money can corrupt, you know, money can corrupt because before you didn't even know what this power felt like, right? And so, but then they say money don't change you; it just allow you to be who you are, right? So it was like, were you already having evil and then you receive money, and that's what you saying, you were evil.
Yeah, a lot of
and you
those people that
received
act fucked up when they get money, they were already fucked up people
True.
before they had the money.
Well, I think that, and I think that's something else we have to discuss when we're talking about money is the mindset of money.
Yeah.
Right? Is that mindset? And
The
it comes
mindset
in-
of money.
Not the
Oh,
mindset
the
of
mindset
money,
of the
of like
person
the
who has the
mindset
money.
of you are when you are how you are manifesting money, how you are attracting money, because spirit and universe already know that this in your spirit, right? So what is in you that's yet attracting this money so that you can repel this negativity is what I would think in terms of evil people
I
having
mean,
money.
now you're talking about how to heal, how to fix fucked up people. Like, fucked up people are just like, you want to heal, fix the world and shit. Good luck with that. Goddamn it. And then as far as
Everybody's good.
now that's a fucked up mentality to have as well. You go get yourself rolled over and shit with that mentality. And then you talk about the mindset of money. I know you're corrected, but that's just like almost saying the mindset of a gun. It's not the gun that's fucked up. It's the
People behind it.
Oh,
Okay.
man,
People-
that's not a new idea, but it just kind of hit me to the fact that, you know, people really are fucked up because the way and this doesn't mean, you know, we talk about large concepts. We're not talking about large things. We have to talk about the people in which we know, we associate with, we see, we can observe, and I see it, and it's really jarring me because I just see people misuse money, mistreat money, have the wrong idea about money.
What's
And I never
what's
really
what's the
attributed to them
Hold on.
I
being
see
What's
people
the-
mistreat
You know what I'm
guns.
saying?
I
Like,
see people
I
mistreat
never
cars.
attributed to them
what's the
being-
definition
I
of
see people
with mistreating
mistreat
money?
their family.
What's the
Mistreat
definition?
money?
Of
What's your
yeah,
idea
what's the
of
definition of
mistreating
mistreating money?
I think mistreating money is a person who might get money and then go shop it all up, but didn't pay their bills. I think that's a misuse.
So they have liquid money.
I think that's a misuse of your resources.
Who said that?
I think
You said
that's
what now? You
I
said
think
what?
that's somebody, and that's just an extreme example that we all know of.
Yeah, I was looking at a message. But what did you say? You said that?
Someone who may receive money and then junk it up, shop, spend, blow the money, and yet don't take care of like they necessities.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
I would think that was a
irresponsible.
misuse of your
Okay.
resources, right? So I see people misuse their resources in terms of money often. I never attributed to that being just that person. I just think it's their circumstances or they just don't know any better. But it comes down to the fact that this is just who they are, and that's just why that statement hit me, because I never attributed to that. That's just who they just fucked up. You know, like they just fucked up people.
But see, the thing is, we got society standards that tell us how we supposed to use money, right?
But if you spend all your money now, you want a loan from me. I'm sorry, and I take all your
Hey.
sympathies.
But that's somebody
Hold
that's
on.
irresponsible. with their
Irresponsible.
with their money is
Yeah.
a resource. So we
Irresponsible.
have to say money is
But
a resource.
that doesn't
like everything.
that
is a
doesn't blanket
resource.
every person who goes out and shop though.
And,
You know.
and then
Right.
want a loan for their bills.
See, the opposite word you said,
Not-
loan, right?
No, I'm saying like don't have what they need. What
I'm
they
about-
need
I'm about-
is they go out and spend their money on what they want.
Correct.
Not what they need.
Correct.
I be thinking that's like
So
this is they okay, but they not okay.
that was the next point I was going to make
Priorities
about
are
money.
messed up.
But all that translates to a
Yeah.
person that's not okay.
Yeah,
So-
somebody whose priorities is
I
messed up.
forget why they not okay, but it's obvious that this person is. If you're doing that, you're not okay. Like you gotta just check it. You gotta be honest and self-aware. If you are misusing your resources, and then you
Okay.
come into a poverty mindset, lack of that scarcity. I gotta get what I want. My needs always gonna be there. You get into that way of thinking, and so you never really.
When we talk about people's
Owning
way of
yourself.
thinking, it's society's influence. And to pretty much say who is society? Society is corporations, right? Plain and simple.
You
Society
see-
is corporation.
So they can't
I'm about to
they can't
explain.
defend themselves against advertisement.
No.
Some people
yeah,
can. Some
a lot of
people-
people,
some
we
people
all can't.
are-
We all can't prevent ourselves from advertisement. They
They call
actually
them-
use psychologists to advertise.
Of course,
To get in our psyche.
We have to identify.
No, I'm about.
extremes.
Yeah,
Like
I'm about to
people
break.
who are
I'm about to break it
misusing
down
their
to you.
resources.
Right. The opposite word misused. Opposite word loans. Right. The currency. The currency in the United States right now is debt. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's loans. Right.
Yes, it is.
You done took out loans.
Yes, they got credit
Right.
cards.
Exactly.
They loans.
Right.
Yes.
So you went to go get your wants off a loan. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
It was off
yes.
Yes.
Majority of these people in the United States
But
obtain
we're not
their
ta- we're
stuff.
not-
Hold
we're
on,
not
hold on,
talking
hold
about
on.
People who manage their
Hold on,
finances.
hold on,
I
hold on,
manage
hold on,
my
hold on, hold on,
finances.
hold on,
I
hold on,
manage
hold on.
all that.
Okay.
I don't get a credit
I'm
card.
not. This
run
is
it
not an
up.
attack on Tanisha. I'm
No,
just talking
I'm
generally.
We talking about people. I don't want to talk about the people who are, because we have to commend people who are financially.
Why do we commend them?
Because they are financially. Because they are. Let me say this. This is a whole planet. This is not just about you, me. This is a whole planet, and we are evolving and moving forward for the benefit of everybody. And everybody has to do their part. Everybody has to stand on their own. Period. In order for me to stand, you to stand on your own, I need to stand on my own. I can't come drain your energy because I lack energy. I need to build my own energy.
So
up.
are we placing judgments on people who have never had their priorities in check, or are we, speaking on the people who may have fallen off their wagon and like can't seem to get back up, or like who are we judging and speaking on?
Okay, I think we're speaking on all people because we have all been in positions where we've misused our resources. Period. First of all, we have all, even if it was a lifestyle choice that we were making, or it was a or it was a one-time choice we are making. We have to. Everybody has to evaluate. And when I'm misusing my resources, why am I doing that? What is triggering me to misuse my resources? That's like if you were a farmer and you harvest, you did all this work, summers, harvesting, planting, all that, and then when you got the harvest, you burnt it up. Why would why did I do that? Everybody have to evaluate how we are using our resources. We all need our resources. We need them. And so if we don't prioritize them to benefit ourselves and we just let them go out the window, then we experience additional type reverse type negative energy, because now we feel this kind of way, we in lack, we have these things when we could have avoided those types. We could have moved forward, we moved ourselves behind.
Okay. The point I was making when we said about misuse, it's really an opinion. It's a perspective of misuse, right? Means justify the ends, right? If I gave you $100 and you spent 80 of it and only got 20 left, right? It was to satisfy and gratify you at that moment, right? If I got $100 and I only spent 20 and still got 80 over, it only took $20 to gratify and satisfy me, right? So now we're going to put a measuring stick on each other, like, oh, you wasn't looking for the future, right? Right? So a person be like, I got the means that I could spend this 100 and make this 100 again and keep on doing it throughout my whole life. Like, hold on.
That's not most of us.
I'm
people
using
in
as
the
an
ghetto.
example.
We talking about people in the
I'm
ghetto. We talking about us.
Listen.
We just
Us
not-
is a white. Hold
We're
on.
not a hypothetical
You just
conversation.
finished. You finished, and
Okay.
I'm gonna get there. What you talking about?
All
Because
right.
we come in different classes. We're not all in poverty. We're not all poor. We got lower class blacks, we got middle class blacks, and we got higher class blacks, right? And then the lower and the middle class look for the upper class to pull us up to be on their level, right? And all of them is not on that tip because of their own personal beliefs and their own personal perspective on society and life, right? At the end of the day, right, it tells you that you got to work to eat. That you shouldn't look for nobody to provide your necessity. Hold on. But we do look for somebody, because if you go get a loan, you're looking for some. Hold on, I was already about to turn. When we sit there talking about loan, this is not hypothetical. This is real life that we have to go and use Loan Institute to survive in this country. For the most part, why we have poverty is because they don't have the resources like our other counterpart, other races have more resources, more opportunities, and more privilege to get those loans, to get houses, to get cars, to get credit cards and shop the whole nine. They have resources when they do fall off to pick them up from their bootstraps.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Too? They
Yes,
also
please.
circulate their dollars in their
Thank you.
communities. We don't have
Yes.
group economics like other communities do.
Absolutely. And we have corporation that prevents that.
You know,
Yeah.
all that's well and true.
But you think it's
That's-
hypothetical.
No, I think it's above the level. I think it's surface level shit. What you saying?
That's not surface
Let me
level, that's
say
real
why.
shit.
Please allow me to explain. I
And,
think
and they're saying to let him speak too.
I did. I noticed. I'm reading the comments as well.
Okay.
So I feel like, in terms of I understand there's a reason why we lack resources. There's a reason why we don't, any individual lacks resources, don't have the resources, all the resources they need to attribute to cover themselves. And they have to take out loans and they have to do all this stuff. I understand all those things. I live it isn't part of my life as well. But the resources I do have, I'm talking about what I do have. I'm not talking about what I don't have, because that's my lack mindset. I'm talking about what I do, managing what I do have. How, and so if I'm mismanaging what I do have, then I have to check myself, because now that's self-harm. So why am I harming myself in the area of my financial energy? Because now I'm suffering because I've caused myself harm. People don't realize when you misuse the energy of money, you cause yourself harm. They think, oh, if it ain't tricking if you got it. It's not, and I feel like that. If you can take out all the loans, get all the money, do whatever you gotta do. But what you do got, when you get it, then what? Then how are you managing it? How are you making that work for you, your life, and your community? And that starts so much more. That energy starts within you before you even get a tangible item like a piece of paper. That's your mindset. Do you agree
Right.
with that, Osa?
To a degree, I do feel like it's a certain opinion or a certain view that's being seen on it, and not really grasping the whole spectrum of it. But I get what you're saying. Like I don't know how much to really add on to it because I don't really have that much of an opinion on it.
I want this to be a kind of a vulnerable conversation.
Yeah.
So how do you manage the resources you receive, and how do you feel about managing the resources that you receive and applying those resources to things that you need and that you're going to be conducive to your life and your community?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you want me to answer that because I feel like that can go down the whole.
Take it however you want to take it. I
Okay,
want
well,
you to go
in the
whatever road.
position that I'm in now, I'm an entrepreneur running
Because
a
we
few
gonna talk about
businesses. I have a 1-year-old, so I'm just now getting back into business. But I mean, you want to be able to survive. You want to have your livelihood taken care of. I do work in a more barter type of service with people, so we always trade services. It's a more community-based living that I've adopted to. So I live more with a minimalist lifestyle and like trying to get back more community-based. So I don't see money. I don't let money control me. To me, money is an illusion and it's used as a weapon. So like I'm learning how
I'm so
to
thankful. We got Osa.
be like what they call it, self-perseverance, like self-sustainability, like growing your own food, like learning how to take care for ourselves without needing that money.
That's what I'm trying to say about us and our resource. This is exactly what I'm trying. Sorry, champ. I'm sorry. We went all the way around here. We could have just let Osa say.
Okay,
it.
I ain't know what type of answer you wanted with it because I know my perspective is a little
money
different, so I
ain't
kind of sit back.
nothing. I've had a lot of money. I've been around. Money ain't nothing. Money is.
I mean, granted, I had it. I used to.
You can do so much if you just recognize the energy within yourself and how that converts to resources that will sustain you and sustain your community and contribute to that feeling, not even a feeling, but just that energy of elevation, that higher vibration essentially, right? Because if we overly focused on money and not on the energy we put into getting money, we just so focused on getting, having money, not really how we're getting it, what we're doing with it. It's not benefiting the whole. Yeah, if I got loans and I got this, how can I help somebody else? Not another person, but my community.
Buy and spend with our own black-owned businesses.
And we
circulate
have to,
our dollars.
And that's a good point, because if I have a little bit and I say, oh, I'm dedicated because I want to build my community. I want to spend my money in my community, right? And I got a household, and then I go take it to my local store, right? My black-owned business, and now they have more, and they contribute to a bigger black-owned business, and that business contributes back into the community in terms of this organization. You know, we have quite a few organizations that within our community, and then that organization therefore, you know, contributes to the community on a micro level. Now we've circulated our dollars, opposed to I gotta get it because I want it, because I want to consume shit. I just want to be a consumer in the mass scale of the economy, opposed to really wanting to be a giver with the resources that we have.
When we talk about our community as far as money, first and foremost is self-preservation. Before we able to give ourselves to anybody, we have to sit there and make sure we are straight. And when I say we are straight, that we have our necessities first.
Yes.
Your necessities is first,
That's
right?
why it's important.
When we talk about the black community and circulating the dollars and whatnot, we have the actual component that actually stops us from that is corporations. You know what I'm saying? If you have a business, you have a business.
They manipulate
hold on.
our,
It's not
our
even.
spirit.
Hold on. It's not even manipulating nothing. If you have a business, that corporation comes in, and he's going to tempt you with the dollars, with the money. Oh, you have a successful business, right? I'm gonna give you enough money that give me your business. I'm gonna give you enough money that you're gonna be able to survive for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? They come in there and they snatch it from us. You know, we are the culture. You hear Ye say that all the time. We are the culture. We are the most influential people on this earth, right? We initiate everything. No, it's right. Okay.
That's
I mean,
the past.
cause
No, we
again,
are the culture. We the most influential people on this planet. Nobody's more influential.
We creating every day. We creating every day.
It's not about
the world
everybody. The whole world,
the
everybody
world
creates,
mimics us.
but we
Yeah.
are the most influential.
There are constraints to that. But on an individual level,
Tanisha,
there are no
anything,
there are
listen,
no
anything,
constraints.
anything that you can name on this earth, we are more influential. If we sit there and take a spoon,
You're right.
we can sell that spoon more than any
Yes.
other race in this world.
So
That's the power that we have.
I'm just saying, on an individual level, if I was committed to, okay, saving all my money, not being a consumer, right? Like I live more wholesome, right? I'm more minimalist, and that was a key word also said, minimalist lifestyle. I'm not over consuming shit. I don't just want it because of this. Oh, that's cute. Did you see the new this? Oh, I'm getting one of those. Oh, I gotta have that symbol. None of that. Oh, what kind of car I'm about to get? I'm not thinking about that. I'm like, long as I got a car, you know, I can use that money to, and then I take that money, and then I'm like, okay, no matter what, it's nothing constraining me from going to the fucking black grocery store. If I got I've got a car, and I can go to Kroger, I can take my money and go to. It's nothing constraining me from that. And that's a personal responsibility I have in terms of us making our business successful. You know, our black business successful. When they turn around, they turn on us, right? Like you essentially saying they in the past they have turned on us. They've taken the money and ran. You said they get big enough, and then a corporation come and offer money, they take the money and run and fuck the community. That's what you said has happened in the
I
past.
didn't say that.
Did you just
If
make
you
that
let
example?
me finish, no,
I did.
You added on to what I said.
But I'm asking you, I'm saying that's what I heard. I don't know if that's what you said,
yeah,
but
no,
that's
that
what
ain't
I
what I
heard you
said.
say, that a lot of times corporations come in
I said
and
why
take over
I
our
was
big-
explaining
more
why
successful
our money
businesses.
doesn't circulate. It's once we have a
It stops
successful
us.
business, take that element
So,
out, right? Because
also-
if we have a successful business, right, that's going to employ our own peoples in our community,
Yes.
right? Hold on. And when you employ our own people in the community, right? So let's say I have a grocery store, right? And then this person worked for me and they saved up their money. Then they open up another grocery store on the other side of the town, right? Now, their offsprings, now they open up an insurance company. They open up a school. You know what I'm saying? That's how our money's supposed to
We could do
circulate.
that.
Hold on. We have done it. We did it with Black
Yes.
Wall Street in Tulsa
Oklahoma,
and
Black
Greenwood. We
Bottom.
did it
We did a lot of places.
And the
We can
Europeans
do it
destroyed
again.
it.
It's happening. It's already happening.
That's
But
what I.
we-
That's
How-
what
how's
I,
it-
that's what-
how's it
that's
happening?
what I-
Where is it
that's what I'm
happening?
on with
Highland
my
Park.
money.
in Highland Park.
That's what I'm on with my money.
I
So
work
it's
in
a
Highland
lot
Park.
of
Fire.
communities that's coming together that's doing the same thing different. Me dealing with the spiritual community and the psychedelic community, in the Pan African or African centered community, they still live by those same standards.
Right. So what you just said,
or they're
right?
readopting those standards and living
Well,
by it.
let's just can we hear about that more of that, because we want to share more of that with people who want to get involved with that type of energy. Also,
Well, I mean, I don't have all the details on it,
what's
but there
the
are
mindset?
black. I mean, well, it's getting back down to the roots. Truly, being conscious about money, the system of money, and building our communities back together. So building our families up, again, bartering with other families. One family may sell or produce a certain type of item or produce, and another family does different. So then they go and they trade with each other. They grow together. We have school systems where we're homeschooling the children together and raising them together, providing programs, providing literacy, providing trades outside of the regular system. So it's really us pouring back into our community, where we've lost that all these years.
Are y'all familiar with Garveyism?
From Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey. His whole philosophy of Garveyism, right? We should have never integrated. We should have stayed segregated, right? So stop right there. So Killer Mike made a hell of a statement when you had this whole country in an uproar about Make America Great Again, because they took Donald Trump's statement and applied it to only one aspect of this country, and that was slavery, right? Post-Civil War, that's when America was great for African Americans. We owned more land at that time than we do now. We only own probably a third of what we own after the Civil War, right? And that sprouted all these communities. When you talk about Tulsa and all these black, I love talking about Tulsa because I went to Langston, so I've actually heard from the elders that actually talked about Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? Is that they came and rioted, tore down the whole. They took the insurance money. Some stayed, but majority migrated throughout the country, right? So that's when America was great for African Americans. So when they talk about make America great again, understand that was the point where we was the most.
Keep talking. Don't be
This is
distracted.
you
Keep
asking me
talking.
questions while
No,
I'm
I
talking.
want you to keep talking while
So now when we're in 2024, how do we get to the point to own the most land in the United States? You know, this country is up for sale, right? So now, yeah, we have more African Americans right now making more money than they was making in back post Civil War.
You tried it.
But how much are they actually investing? So you had Jalen, what's his name? Jalen Edwards from the Boston Celtics, right? Mm-hmm. So if you ever notice in sports, once black athletes get those big contracts, they ask them, what are you going to do with their money? They don't never ask white athletes that. They don't never ask white athletes, what are you going to do with that money, right? Yeah. They asked them that question, and there was no follow-up question because his answer was, I'm about to create Black Wall Street in Boston, Massachusetts, right? So I can resonate with him with that because I lived in Springfield, Massachusetts, like an hour and a half, 2 hours from Boston. You know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly what he was on. The man doesn't need no money. He's like, if you know about his background, when they was brokering his contract, he was teaching an engineering class. He was the youngest black or white man to teach a class in Harvard. So this is a basketball player playing for the Boston Celtics with the highest contract, right? Mm-hmm. So when we sitting there talking about money, money doesn't mean nothing to him. His parents are well off. He's well off. You know what I'm saying? His whole thing, I got this big contract. I'm going to spread it amongst my people. So with self-preservation first, I didn't secure the bag for myself, right? Mm-hmm. This is more money than I can ever spend. So when us, right, when we sit there and speak about Highland Park, the thing is, like, we have organic businesses that's growing, right? But if we don't have black corporations involved, it's going to be capped. You know what I'm saying? Once we have more black corporations that come, that we don't depend on white corporations, because they always going to have a hidden agenda. They always going to have a hidden motive, right? They always going to put cap on us. And that's the whole message that Ye been sitting there trying to say for the last 2-3 years, is that these massive corporations is always trying to put a cap on our money. Even though they tell you it's 50-50, someone always has that 1%. And they had that 1% and they put caps on us.
Well, I think we have to stop relying on them, though.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Exactly. So how do we do that? So we talk about it. We already talk about the problem. How do we get from being reliable to these, European or other races, corporations, that we can rely on our own corporations.
I want to read one of
Our
the
own
comments.
banks.
If you
Yeah, I
don't
was
mind.
looking at the last one.
So from the real Mr. Johnson, he said we got to take away from what we give to 9 to 5s,
Bingo.
tap back into entrepreneurship,
Bingo.
and implement it into our community, and stop giving it to trends and spend it in our own communities. We see the other races do it, but we never do shit about it.
And
Which is
that-
very,
They have
very
advantage to us. They have
And
advantage.
that is all well true, and we have to acknowledge all our, we have to, of course we coming from an aspect of a what's termed a SWOT analysis, right? I mean, we get into these conversations and we only have so much time, so we can't expound on every aspect, but we do talk about our strengths, as a people, and what our weaknesses are, and opportunities and threats. We do have weaknesses and we do have threats, but yeah, we do have strengths and we do have opportunities. And so, and sometimes, sometimes it's good to concentrate and to identify what those, and discuss the weaknesses and threats, but we also have to talk about where the strengths and opportunities are. And we have opportunity today if we as individuals first recognize where we coming from with money. Like, why do I feel like I need that bag? Why does it matter what do I drive? What does,
Well, that's the
why do
conditioning.
I want to get
programming.
money to trick? Like, why do I want
Back
to
to
do
the-
all these
Went right to the same subject, man.
Like, I'm just
You
saying,
could have used
that's
example
like-
of anything
no,
else.
No, that's real life. Like, trick is like money, sex, drugs, party, and all that. That's tricking.
But
like,
you ain't make a comment about drugs.
I can talk about
Why
alcohol.
they use their money
You
on
know what?
drugs?
We spend. We spend at the black community spend so much money on alcohol. I don't even want to talk about the money. we spend on
Well, that's
alcohol.
why I spoke on the liquid money, and I
You know
can't
what I'm
remember
saying? Like, we
what
can talk about the
designer
weaknesses.
said that. It was a designer years ago. Like, I don't know if it was like Louis Vuitton or one of them big names, but they spoke about how their brand, why they sell it to black people and why they target it to black people, because black people can't hold on to money. It's literally liquid money. It just falls straight through their hands.
That
So
part,
we be a
that's-
mockery to other people because they know that we can't
We not gonna
circulate
share
our
it.
own dollars. We're going to pay top dollar for just a shirt or a pair of pants
To
that
feel
of
like
people
we
who
fit
don't
in.
even
To
like
feel
us.
like we fitting in.
And then we
We
lose
part
our
of
money.
society. I'm on this level. I can afford this. I got some status. I'm better than
this
you.
is right.
All
This
this
is-
bullshit we put
And that's
into
very
money
true. But
and
this
that
is,
energy.
This is my take on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is like I said, we are the biggest influencer, right? And they gonna say we are the biggest consumer. We spend X amount of dollars, right? There's no Louis Vuitton store in the black community.
But we go
Hold
to
on,
it.
hold on. There's no Gucci store. There's none of those high-end brand stores in our community, right? They're out in the suburbs, right? So why do they put them out in the suburbs? Because ideally, those other races are actually spending more money than us. It's just statistically by the rate of the amount of people.
I would modify that to say we are not their fucking target audience.
Okay, we
are residual
listen
fucking
to
income to
me,
them.
okay,
We're not target. They
listen.
not.
I'm
So
trying
why
to tell
are
you
we
the
fighting to be in that
I'm about to
market?
explain to the bigger picture. You'll
Because-
get the
because
answer if
it's
you let me finish
advertised.
talking.
It's marketed that way.
But it's not marketed or advertised in our community. We go
Yes,
out there
it
and look
is.
for.
Now it is.
It's not.
We
By
got
celebrities.
There's not a billboard in Detroit
only
that
about-
has
We're not
Louis
talking about.
Vuitton
We're
in
not
that.
talking
Hold
about
on.
that. Like, internet
Explain something to you.
rappers. Some
Okay,
media.
man.
I mean that's where the trends come from though. They put it on these stars and we go out and mimic it.
Movies.
Okay, hold on. They put it on All Stars. When you watch that red carpet, it's all walks of life wearing those name brands, right? It's on it. They're talking about the rate that we spend the money, but the total amount of money that's spent is still on them. You know what I'm saying? If they sit there, add up, and did look at it as far as how many blacks bought it, how many whites bought it, how many such, the total amount is still going to be the white community that spent more money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, for example, Detroit is under the poverty line, right? Mm-hmm. Ain't more Jordans being sold in Detroit than in the suburbs. It's more Jordans being sold in the suburbs than Detroit. And there's more whites in the suburbs than Detroit, right? We only got, 4 gym shoe stores in Detroit? We don't even have a mall. We never had a mall.
Yes.
All the mall was in the suburbs. Detroit never had a mall.
Mm-hmm.
You
First
said-
mall was Northland in the whole country.
That's
so,
Southfield.
Right. Yeah. It wasn't
Right.
in the
Yeah,
inner city.
we never had a mall. So you have to
Wasn't in the
understand their
inner city.
marketing is that they're going to use us as the influence. Not as far as the dollars and cents. It's the influence that we going to influence their culture to buy it. Because they pin it on themselves. Because you look at their culture, they'll wear the same gym shoes for 4 or 5 years. We're not making no money. So we're gonna use the African American culture.
Why?
Huh?
I would
Oh,
ask you.
you have to
why,
I'm about to explain
why
to you.
they
You asked the
have-
question, I'm about to
let me
explain to you.
Let me formulate the question that you're gonna answer.
All right. Okay. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So why do some people feel fine wearing the same pair of gym shoes for 4 years and some people do not?
About to explain
Because
to you.
everybody
Simple.
don't have the same standards.
Hold on.
What-
I'm
wait
about
a
to
minute,
explain.
but-
I'm about to explain
okay,
to you. I'm about to explain
same-
to
Our
you.
value
Same-
systems are different.
The value system.
I'm about to sum it up. It's
That's
a book.
that's-
It's a
it's
book.
a
If
book.
you want to answer, you ask me a question.
I want
It's
your
a
answer.
book.
Ask him the question.
I want your answer.
Yeah. It's a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's what the rich
Mm-hmm.
dad teach their kids and what the poor dad teach their kids, right?
So
And
what do
then
they
it's-
teach
then it's-
them that they don't teach? What do the rich dad teach their
about
kids?
They
that
teach them
don't
finances.
So what? I want a detail specific. What about finances? They teach their kid that they teach their kid that I don't give a fuck. You wear the same shoe for 4 years and save the money. Don't buy shoes. What is the reason behind that they teach
Son,
their kids?
okay.
And we teach our kids,
All right.
and our kids be like the new Jordans coming out, and I'd be like, well, get all A's and you can have them. What is the difference? What he teaching? I'm not teaching. Tell me.
I'm about to
I want to
explain
know
to
because
you.
I'm buying
One,
Jordans.
I have to sum it up and make a long story short for you. Versus you have to sit there and read the book to have the full understanding.
Okay, let me know what I
Right.
need to tell my son because I'm about to stop. I need to stop buying shoes.
When,
I'm being real.
it's not even about shoes.
What the fuck?
It's here, son.
You just said that.
Listen. Here, son. You have two routes to go, right? You can be a skilled labor, or you can sit there and invest your money, right? This is how you invest your money, and this is how you use your resources. If you're in a skilled labor, this is how you use your resources, right? Where we're not on an even playing field for the fact that the white community doesn't have, I mean, they do have more resources and opportunity than the black community. So it's not so easy for me to sit there and tell my black son, hey, this is what you do with your money, because he's going to run into a lot more roadblocks than the white counterparts, right? So you had Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich. That is the study of successful
Yeah, I
human
read it a lot of
being, right?
times.
But you
got it
read
on my
Napoleon
bookshelf.
Hill book.
I don't care about
Hold
that
on.
black man
Listen,
shit. We gotta
man.
function in a whole world.
Listen.
Seriously.
Okay, stop. Give me 2 seconds. Stop. Give me 2 seconds. Stop.
Mm-hmm.
So Napoleon Hill recognized in this country that the same opportunities is not afforded for him as it is for a black person. So you had Dennis Kimbrough write a Think and Grow Rich
Dennis
for
Kimbrough.
our black community.
Say his
right?
name again, so
Dennis
everybody get the
Kimbrough.
book.
Dennis Kimbrough. All you have,
Dennis Kimbrough.
the black
wrote
choice. All you got to do,
Oh, yes.
Think and Grow Rich, the black choice.
The Black Choice
Right?
is the name of the book.
So now here's the instructions of the successful behaviors of your own people to grow and be successful. Because I can't sit there and tell you how to be successful because I was raised in a white community where the opportunities and privileges are different in your community. But here are the people that overcame the lack of opportunities and privileges, and they became successful on the same playing level as my brothers and white brothers and sisters, right?
Yes.
So when it's never talking about I don't care about what the black man or white man, it does make a difference. And Marcus Garvey explained that to us, W. Du Bois explained that to us, and so on, how our communities are different. Anytime someone sit there and say, oh, I'm colorblind, you a damn fool.
But that does, and I receive, and I understand everything you said. And I'm there with you in terms of your references, and so, but yet I don't have a takeaway of what I should really, and I'm speaking figuratively because I'm not buying Jordans for nobody. My sons are grown, and they got jobs and lives, so. Nevertheless, but when they were young and they'd be like, oh, I want to, we have to motivate them. So that was a motivation. I want the new shoes. It's like, get all A's, you get the new shoe. That was your reward. So how do we, as a community, right? Because we can talk about ourselves, people know all the time. We got to elevate from that. And so how can we as a community start instilling these different shift of values into the next generation or the people in which we lead or we are responsible for, to say delayed gratification, right? Because we talking about delayed, like save your money, don't get gratified by having to. And Osa probably can tap into this because there is gratification by having a newest shoe.
You want to answer
No,
that?
I also gonna tap in. No, I don't want your answer. I kind of want Osa to tap into this because there is gratification. I'm not lying. It's a good feeling to be in a nice new car. It's a good feeling to have the freshest shit on. Come on now. We can't just act like we just not, indulging in your vices, supplying your addiction. All that shit feel fucking good.
So what's the solution?
Well,
I don't
We can
know.
talk about
I
the
don't know,
problem all
but
day.
we
You
are.
don't know, I was
no,
gonna give you the solution.
Champ, you interrupting, Champ. Osa gonna speak about, and I'm formulating a question for Osa. So my question is, Osa, how do we understand and get back to those values in which money is energy and respecting your money and your resources?
That's a lot to try to sum up quickly, but I believe that we have to identify the fact that we put status or our image over our priorities. So a lot of people, well, even with kids or whoever, we look for status. So we want to have the best car. We want to have the nicest or be complimented. It feeds our ego. We really running off of ego for one. So however that fans it for people take over with it. I mean, I used to be like that too. I used to be very materialistic.
I'm so,
you know what I'm saying? I worked at Chrysler. I used to have my lofts and like my.
I got that.
I used to like all of that, but it didn't make me happy. So I had to truly tap into myself and find what makes me happy and follow my own path. And at the end of the day, I don't need those shoes. I don't have to have a new pair of shoes every week. I've been rocking the same, what are these? Converse, for a minute.
And just for the record,
you know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
on $700
Like,
tennis shoes. Don't get them.
as long as I got
Converse
something
and
on my
Adidas
feet,
mixed
I got
up.
some clothes on my
we
back,
not
I got
that.
something, a roof over my head. Like, to me, just the minimum matters.
I'm
And
a
like,
consumer. I'm a consumer.
so yeah, I don't, Champ, you want to go ahead and finish saying what you were saying?
Ultimately, for our community, it takes black corporations to bring the most influence to scope our communities. This whole country is a corporation, right? But all the corporations that actually support this country doesn't represent us. Once we have more corporations that represent us, that opens up more opportunity, more privileges. You know what I'm saying? Whereas here, I'm going to open this business and employ my own people. When my own people are working for me, now I invest into this bank. Now these same people that's working for me can go to this bank, take out loan, and start more business. Because this country is built on small businesses. You know what I'm saying? When we went through the pandemic, it was so important for this country to save the small businesses. It wasn't even so much a corporation. They already got liquid cash. They good for the next 100 years.
Yeah, we get so much
But
power
these
to
companies would
corporations.
not survive without the smaller mom and pops companies. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was out of work. All those restaurants and stores that was around those companies that we worked at was going out of business.
Champ, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just want to tap into one of our comments from Dolores Chapman. She said, "Why do parents?" Because I was speaking about it from a parental position. So why do some parents feel? I guess this is a question. The need to reward children with expensive gifts. With expensive gifts for things they should be doing anyway. And that is so true about how we spend our money,
Like,
right?
you don't praise the dog for
Because,
pissing
like,
outside. That's
right,
what they're
like,
supposed
and
to
we do
because
that.
they asses are conditioned
We do
right
that for
that way.
ourselves.
Somebody
We feel
said
like-
in the comments earlier though that we do that for the lack of parenting time that we give with them. So we have to make up for it, with what we buy for them.
And I've been
that's
noticing.
where it
All
comes from.
races do that.
And we talk about.
I believe that.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
All
Because
races
she
do
said,
that.
"Why do parents?"
Yeah.
She said, "Why do parents?" Not no specific parent, but I think, and I feel like that 100%.
5 comments ago.
Because when in terms of that, we do it for ourselves as a matter of the point is reward, right? Everybody wants to feel rewarded, commended, and I don't want to use the hot topic word at the moment, but validated, right? So I'm working hard, and us as parents, we only can do what we know to do as parents, and so if I'm thinking like, oh, I've been working all week, I deserve to have a good time. It's like I deserve to be rewarded. We do it ourselves. I worked so hard this amount of time. I saved this amount of money. I deserve to buy the shoes I want to have. You know what I mean? Like I get to reward myself, but I'm rewarding myself for something that is really normal for the next person, and I need to identify why do I need to be rewarded for doing what the fuck I should be rewarded, so I can start rewarding my kid for the shit he should intrinsically or value as intrinsic value. You don't need a tangible reward for doing something that you value to do.
The best way to reward your kids when they have the opportunity to give. You reward
And
your
that-
kids. Hey,
and
I'm
I've
gonna
heard
give you
that
an
being a
opportunity
reward.
to give. Right?
I've heard of that.
It's
You know,
like-
people being like,
it's
I'm
like,
gonna let you pick a
you know,
charity to give.
my-
But,
my
but,
people-
but I'm not gonna teach my son to, be modest about what it is that he likes.
You better
Yeah,
not.
like what you
You
like.
better not.
Like what you like.
Because as I agree with Osa and everything that you saying, Tanisha, right? You know what I mean? I'm sitting here with a fucking VVSD colored fucking tennis necklace.
I'm so
on and
ready
shit.
to get that.
Right? You see what I'm saying? But at
I
the
want
same
the
time,
eye
I gotta
goggles.
teach my son, you know what I'm saying, the value of shit like that and what it takes to get shit like that. You know what I mean? Other
Yes.
It's
And-
to teach your sons and your daughters that reward yourself what gratifies and satisfies you for the long run. Not instant gratification, not instant satisfaction, but long run gratification. And usually that comes with being able to give
Yeah.
to others. As you sit there and see them keep on being prosperous, prosperous, that it continues to be rewarded
Yes.
for you.
He understands that I got shit like this because of the work that I've done. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then even money that I spent, really. Between y'all, this is endorsements. This is shit that you know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
part of the platform type shit. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I just, because and a lot of times I like to always to introduce, because I don't want anybody to get misconstrued about me and what I'm saying and have your own ideas. I'm not saying my kids are grown, but I spoil my kids to a detriment. Right, I'm telling you, I was the parent buying bullshit. I'm the parent. Xbox and PlayStation was competing every year with a
Hey,
new
was that a
game.
selfish thing?
And it was very selfish, and it was 100% selfish, and that's my point. And we do it a lot. It was my own lack that fueled me to do that, and you know, and so I want to share that information essentially, because you don't have to, you know, it's more to life than, you know,
Tangible material things.
material things, and it's so much
So
more.
what did you teach them that? Did you teach them that?
Yeah, I mean, they still got values, morals, all that kind of stuff, but it's like in life, you're not gonna be rewarded for everything you do. You still looking, because you turn around.
No,
to the
you're not.
Wait a minute, because my kids not like that, because we always had a close relationship. But I see people that were raised like that and turned into the world, and now these are true validation seekers. These are people that start to manipulate for shit and validation.
Or expect
these are
instant
predators. They become
gratification.
predators
That's
in
why-
the world.
that's why
they become
as-
entitled as fuck. So no, I stay on them.
Man,
I
when my
recognize
son-
my
when my
shit,
son
so
told
I
me-
can stay on it to see it don't manifest. But this
My
is
son
created
told
in
me
this
he wanted to
world.
be just like me when he grew up. I had that like sparked something in me. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure that he understands why it is that I have the things that I have, and that I'm in a position. Why it is that he wants to be like me.
It's the mindset.
You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that he understands certain things, like this kind of like money, about money, right? Because he looks up to me, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure that he understands why, why I look like I do when he sees me, when I got the things that I have, you know what I mean? Because he sees shit that y'all don't see, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he has to understand, where this comes from and how it's obtained, as opposed to just like you said, growing up and thinking that that's the goal, and like I'm gonna manipulate and do whatever I can to get that. It's other ways, especially
Yes.
than what's out here being shown to you.
Yeah,
There's many other ways to get to that point.
Within
my
yourself.
take on that with our offsprings, I got one daughter, but I don't have no sons. But I do my best to raise my child to be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have trials and tribulations, but you be able to manage and handle those trials and tribulations better than me, that you're going to go to this heightness of greatness.
Study me.
Exactly.
Be better than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with it. I feel like, not to cut you off, but go ahead. I got another.
Oh, no, I'm going to let you out. One example, and y'all can sit there and judge me, whatever. I looked at the Bushes, right? Because grandfather, Prescott Bush, was nothing but a Secretary of State in politics. But he raised his kids to go higher than him in government and politics. All his kids. You know what I'm saying? So when I recognized that with Henry Ford, he raised his kids to be better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was an anti-Semitic.
And you know what?
this
That's
and
the
that.
problem right there, right? With a lot of this generation's parents, they have that same thing. They say that out of their mouth, right? They want their kids to be better than them, excel better than them, and be more. But
they're not giving
but
them the
then,
tools.
but then they pigeonhole them to doing things the
Yeah.
same way that they
Yeah.
did them. How can they be bigger and better than you if you're micromanaging them to the point that you want them to do everything the way that you fucking
Yeah,
did
right.
it?
You mad, right,
And
right.
this be
They're
my
not
pet,
gonna
Even
do
when it
that.
didn't work for you.
They
Yeah.
and clearly it
and
didn't
this,
work for you.
and this is my pet peeve when black
But don't
parents
say that didn't work for you, because oh my
Yeah.
God, now you're being disrespectful. when You say
Right.
that.
when
You can't tell them that.
when black parents say,
We need
"Oh,
to-
you 18, you got to get out my
We need to
house."
show about that.
We are the only race that does
Right
that.
now,
Any
so-
other race make sure their children are prepared with life skills to live on their own before they leave the house. We're the only race that sit there and get out at 18. All the other races, you
I
can
wanna,
stay in the house.
I'm sorry, champ. We only got a certain amount of time. I want to get into the real Mr. Johnson just had a very profound comment, right? I don't know when he made it, but I just noticed it. We can't shield our kids from our setbacks and frustrations as adults, but this is the key part he said. That's why we leave them shit they don't understand the value.
Say what?
That's why when we leave them shit they don't understand the value.
And why is that?
Because the
Because
comment. No,
it's-
wait. Because of the
hold
comment.
up.
Wait. Because of the comment that he said
Yes.
before. We need to teach them savings and not spending.
Yes.
How many kids have a savings?
don't know what we
shit
went through.
You own and, yeah.
They don't know what we had to do to get what we got, and we leave today with so many
That's why I
houses
said
The
in
only
Detroit.
problem-
that I
the-
teach
So
my
many
kids
houses
how I
in
got
Detroit.
this shit and how to maintain it. It's not
The-
about
the-
just
the-
looking like something.
Detroit
The-
has
the only-
so many
the only-
bad
the
houses
only
because
issue I
they
have
were
with
left
that,
for
right,
family.
Is when, like I said, we go back to Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Yes.
They don't
Then
teach
that's-
them. They don't
yes.
teach them how to save. They teach them how to keep on flipping that money. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of whatever I left you, you are taught to flip that money. Not, oh, I left you some money and spend it. You know, where
why
in
I
our
keep going,
culture,
the key
we
point.
live the money. They get that money.
Key point, right? Key
Build
point.
it.
Listen, wait. Key point. He said, spend it, right? That's why I said, teach my son how I got this. I didn't
Yes.
say the money, because it
Right.
didn't take money
Right.
to get a lot of
That's
this
what I'm
shit
talking about.
I
That
got.
energy of
Yeah.
money. Money ain't shit. Like, what did it take me
Didn't
to
even
get
take
this?
money to get this shit.
Like, what?
That's the crazy part.
Do you know all I had to go through to get this?
Yeah, but I'm saying that we need to sit there and get away from
And then
that
I'm
in
waste
this
it,
country
blow it.
because for you to be successful in the upper class,
You gotta
it
have
wasn't
some
it wasn't that grind, it wasn't hard. It was opportunities where I was able to use somebody else's money to get where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the upper class, it ain't about grinding. I kept on working. No, I had the ability to use somebody else's money to flip it to get where I'm at, and I'm
wait,
keep on
because
doing it.
we didn't open the phone lines
sometimes
up.
it's
Wait,
not even
we didn't open
somebody
the
else's
phone
money,
lines
it's
up.
my mind.
Yeah,
No,
that
yeah,
part.
that's what
That
it's your
part.
mindset starts first.
I want to
And when
say,
that mindset,
Mr. Tyrone
I'ma
had a
reach out to that
comment.
money. Yeah.
Mr. Tyrone had a comment. I think is this is key too. Is we shouldn't teach spending or saving. And these are we being random now. So please indulge.
Just addressing comments.
Yeah, we should teach spending or saving. We need to learn how to invest, then teach them how to. And I think investing is important.
That's
Right.
what I said.
Find and
Investing
then
in yourself as well.
Investing in yourself first and collaborating,
That's my
right?
older
Because
brother.
and to collaborate with another person
Oh, hi, big
takes
bro.
a certain level.
Yeah, Tyrone, that's my big brother. My
up,
older
bro?
brother.
I definitely
Big
want to
ups.
be like to invest. It takes a certain level of you have to learn, research. It takes a amount of self discipline, and we do have to get a point of investing in ourselves and investing in each other, investing in our kids, investing in things that will make a return, have a return on that investment. We talk about flipping money, flipping whatever, right? But the point is, and that's just one investment strategy. Assess it. If it's not gonna work, there is a ton of investment strategies we should be teaching. Flipping it, that's just a primary. That's survival mode investment. Flip,
What?
that's so
Survival mode?
That's survival. Flip, attack. When you get to Bernie Madoff, okay, he was talking investment, but it was intangible investments. It was the potential to fucking make money that people were investing.
Did he
in.
explain how he came to that
He
money?
It was the potential of making.
He was
money.
getting loans.
We have to understand. Yeah, off of people's investment, and he was
That's
paying
using
those
other
loans.
people's money.
It was a
Yeah, you
pyramid,
gonna
it
pay
was
it
a
back.
pyramid scheme. We not to,
It's
and
not
there's
even
pyramid schemes,
pyramid.
and we indulge that too. Don't involve yourself in the get rich quick, the pyramid, sound investment. We have to start thinking about that in our community. We should be investing in each other. If I can invest money into so you need a space. If you get a space, I got some money. I don't even have the money to buy your building, but if you release a space, I pay 6%. in 3 years we can talk about, during the time we can do this, we do that, I do this, you do that. We can make money, and now I've invested in OSA. Simple as that. We think investment like you got to invest in the stock market. We have to find ways you have to find ways and be interested in ways to invest in yourself and in each other.
Shout out to those who invest in me.
Thank you. Right? Like, oh, so you need a
Shout out
building?
to
What's
the-
up?
Hey,
Sign
shout
me
out
up.
to-
Ocean in that new car, boy. I swear
Yeah.
to God. Like it's fine and shit. Like, come on,
Yeah.
Ocean, take me to the gas
Man.
station.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah.
show over and shit.
OSA might be
I'm
a
going to
sound
the gas
investment.
station with
Y'all
Ocean when we
send
get
us
off
some
the show.
donations.
Right.
OSA might be
Hey,
a sound
hey,
investment.
That's how my life has been though. It's been based off of investments. Down to me working at More Herbs. That was an investment on that space. Working with a black family. Where I do my meditations at, that whole space was given to me. Like, it's people that they see the community, they see your potential, they see your
Invest.
business, and if they have the space for it and you could work together, like, why not? That's part of that group economics.
Invest.
So it's definitely happening.
Close the show out. Tell everybody bye. I think we started. Like,
Well,
it's been about
yeah,
an
it's
hour.
about time to wrap up. Well, I guess this will wrap up our show about money. As you have heard, we have our different views about money, the root of money. But I want to say that the true wealth is within. It has nothing to do with finances. It's all about your spirit, your soul. So when you tap into that wealth within yourself, everything outside of you, it magnifies but also multiplies. So the happier you're in within yourself, the more you will attract those situations, that money, whatever it is, abundance in all forms. But this is Tapped In Talk, signing out. Peace and love, you all.
Peace out.
Thank you, everybody. Good night and good day.
Warning. You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio.
Production.